Happy New Year. Happy January. Hope everyone is doing well. Haven't made a video for a while. It's been kind of a Christmas New Year's break. But this one just arrived in the mailbox today, so I figured I would make a video of it straight away. Just so you guys know, I am alive and well. This is the new Steelbook edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is a take on Frankenstein that I hadn't seen before. Directed by the wonderful Kenneth Branagh, who also stars in the movie as Frankenstein himself. That is the creator of the monster, not the monster itself. A lot of people tend to call the monster Frankenstein, but the monster is just a monster. Frankenstein is the one who makes the monster. A lot of people have grown up with and watched the Boris Karloff version, the old Universal Frankenstein, but I saw this one just last year, I think. I'd always been curious about this. You got Robert De Niro, of all people, as the monster, and Kenneth Branagh as the director and starring as Frankenstein. And this is a great film. I was floored by this, honestly. I think it's exceptional, and not a lot of people talk about this. I've never heard anyone talk about this, in fact, which is really strange because it's really goddamn good. I think this one came out in 1994. I think it was kind of a response to the 1992 Dracula film directed by Francis Ford Coppola, which starred Keanu Reeves. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that kind of kindled a rejuvenation for these old classic gothic monsters, so they greenlit this version. I'm ashamed to admit I still haven't read the original novel, Frankenstein. I have it on Kindle. It's actually free on Kindle, which is pretty awesome. If you want to download the book Frankenstein and you have, a smartphone or better yet a tablet, get the Amazon Kindle app and you can get it for free because it's in the public domain. I haven't read the novel, but I understand that this is a very faithful adaptation of the novel. At least I think so. I can't really verify or not, but I get the feeling that this is I think this is a highly faithful adaptation. Anyway, I really enjoyed this film because it's just very well directed and well told. It's got a lot of pathos. It's got a lot of drama. It is exceptionally well photographed, and Robert De Niro as the monster, I was kind of skeptical about that at first. I was like, Robert De Niro as the monster? Is he gonna be like, you talking to me? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? But he's actually a great choice for the monster because he gives it this wonderful pathos, and he's not just sort of the bumbling, stumbling Karloff monster, which was a little bit more, shall we say, handicapped. He's not that kind of monster. He speaks. He's very conscious, and he carries sort of the weight of his life, his sort of so-called life, on his shoulders. It reminds me a lot of the recent television series Penny Dreadful. If you haven't seen that show, it's amazing. Great show, which deals with a lot of the same literary characters, including Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. And in that show, they really captured the kind of the horrible sort of guilt of being alive, being this creation, this sort of half man that didn't ask to be made, and you're this abomination, and you have to suffer with that and live with that, so to speak. So I think this film does a great job of that, and I think Kenneth Branagh does a great job directing this. He's one of those rare talents who is both a great actor and a great director. I can only think of a few people that can really nail both of those qualities. The two that come to mind for me are probably Clint Eastwood and Mel Gibson. Anyway, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, highly recommended. I've never heard anyone speak of this version, probably because the Karloff version is kind of the go-to version in public consciousness. Everybody sort of, when you say Frankenstein or Frankenstein's monster, everybody thinks about, oh yeah, it's the old Karloff thing. But seriously, give this one a watch. It's really goddamn good, and forget that I Frankenstein bullshit, all that modern crap. This is probably, in my opinion, one of the best adaptations of Frankenstein we've ever seen. I mean, I love the classic, it's great, but I think this is, it has a lot more going for it, let's put it that way. It's a much more deep, dramatic, rounded, faithful version. You can kind of watch this and really get the full breadth of the story, and it's very cinematic, but it's also very literary. It's got a very nice gothic feeling to it, great special effects, and just a wonderful film. Like I was really, taken by how much I really loved this one. And I actually have to say, honestly, I've never been big on the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula movie with Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman. I just never, I don't know, I could never really get into that movie for some reason. I mean, it's got wonderful production design, it's all done practically, but it's just, I don't know. I found that really hard, really sort of cold and hard to embrace. I never quite got into that. But this one, Kenneth Branagh's take on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is fucking awesome, honestly. So, anyway, let's open this one up. Here we go, there's a disc. There's also an ultraviolet copy code. If you guys want to use that, feel free. And on the inside, you also have a shot from the movie. There's Kenneth Branagh himself racing his monster. It's kind of funny that they sort of played him as a sexy Frankenstein, but that's fine by me, I guess. It's kind of funny when he's running around shirtless and he's got these fucking great muscle tone and muscle definition. That's kind of yeah, the 90s. But yeah, anyway, that's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I think you should check this one out because it comes highly recommended. It's fantastic in my opinion. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.